Welcome to a video on central angles and their arc measure. So again, a central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of the circle, and its two sides are going to be the radii. So one radius and the other radius. Alright, if you remember the sum of all angles in a circle, so basically a circle is always going to add up to 360 degrees. So the measure of this entire circle has to total 360. Okay, so an example of a central angle over here would be angle ABC. All right, now the degree of the arc formed by the endpoints of a central angle is equal to the degree of the central angle. So what that means is my central angle is ABC, and so this arc mark is also going to be equal to the angle. So I know the measure of AC, of arc AC, is going to be the same. So if the central angle is 84, this arc is also going to be 84. So they are the same. And then we could do some math to figure out the other side. So ADC would be from A to D to C. So that's this major arc. And so we're going to use our knowledge that triangles have to add up to 360. And so we know this arc is 84. And to figure out the total, we would then subtract 360 from 84. So 360 take away 84 degrees will give you the measure of the major arc, ADC, which is going to be 276. Okay? So the biggest thing is the central angle and its arc measure are the same. And then use your knowledge of triangles equal 360 to figure out remaining pieces. So let's take a look at some examples. I'm going to do number 1 and 2, and then leave you guys to try 3 and 4. 1 and wants me to find the measure of JK. And so the measure of JK is the same as its central angle, and so that's going to be 21 degrees. Okay. Now the next one wants me to find angle JNM. So JNM is this angle here in red. Okay. So we're going to use our knowledge of a semicircle to help you figure this problem out. So I know this outside is 21 degrees, and I know a semicircle is 180. So 180 take away 21 will give you the remaining red arc of JNM, which is going to be 159 degrees. Okay, so you can use your semicircle knowledge to help you out. Now let's look over here at measure of KL. Let me erase some things. So KL is a minor arc because it's 2 letters, and that would be from here to here. So again, I'm going to use my knowledge of a semicircle. And so if this outside arc is 21, 180 minus 21 is going to be the same thing of 159. So basically what I figured out is vertical angles are going to be true in this case. So these two are both 159 degrees. All right, let's look at this one, the measure of JKM. So J to K and then all the way to M. So this is going to be an example of a major arc. So I need to total up each piece. Okay, I found this one was previously 159. And then I can use my knowledge of vertical angles. I know this piece is going to be 21 degrees. So if I want all 3 of them, I'm going to add 21 and 159 together to get the major arc of JKM, which will be 201 degrees. That does not look good. All right. Let me erase some colors again. So at this point, I found each individual piece. So I know these two are 21 degrees, and then these two pieces are 159 degrees. So if I want to find MKL, so first start at M and then go to K. So it doesn't matter which way you go, but MK and then all the way to L. So that's all of that piece except this 21. So again, you could add the two 159s together and then that 21 at the top, which that's a lot of adding. Or you can say I want all of this except this 21 piece down here. And so you can use your knowledge of triangles, or sorry, not triangles, circles, 360, and you want to take everything away from that 21. So totally whichever way you see it, you can add up pieces, or you can say the whole, take away this one piece, will give you 339 degrees. Okay? So that's how you can find the central angles and the arc measures for this one. We try another one. So on 2, it talks about angle UXV. So angle UXV is here. So I first need to use my knowledge. Can I find that one yet? Don't think I can find that one yet. All right, so I first actually need to figure out this ST piece first, because I can't figure out this piece unless I know this whole semicircle. So let me skip around and find ST. So I've got a semicircle here. This first piece is 72, this second piece is 87, and I know this semicircle is 180. So let me say 180, take away 72, take away 87, and that'll be this remaining piece ST, which is going to be 21. Okay, so I know this piece is 21 degrees now. So now I can use my knowledge to find this UXV. So let me erase. So I first look for semicircles. So here is a semicircle. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I know semicircles are 180. This piece is 87. This piece is 21. So if I subtract those two, from 180, I should figure out that remaining piece. So 180 take away 21, take away 87 is going to give you 72. So it turns out those were actually vertical angles. All right, so I know this piece of the pie is 72. Well, let's keep going. So it wants from W to V. So I need the last piece of my pie. W to V is right here. Again, you can use your knowledge of a semicircle right here or a semicircle right here. And so 180 minus 72 will give you that last piece, which is going to be 108. So now I basically know each piece of your pizza, of your pie, and we can continue to go. So this one wants from a T to a W. So got lots of colors going on here. T to W is going to be this minor arc, 2 letters. So it covers a distance of a 21 and a 72. So if I add those two together, you're going to get 93. And then lastly, I've got a major arc or semicircle depending on these letters. So T, V, W. So let me erase some things. Hard to see. So T, and then go to V, and then W. So I'm going to have to go this way. T to V to W is all of this. So you can add up each individual piece, excluding those two. So you could add 87, 72, and 108 together. Or if you wanted a faster way, you could say 360, take away these two. Totally up to you. I'm going to add 108, 72, and 87 to get a total of 267 degrees. Okay? So that's how you can problem solve and use your knowledge of semicircles, etc. to figure out those central angles and arc measures. So why don't you guys try 3 and 4, press pause, and I'll show you the answers. Press pause. All right, so step 1, I found each piece of my pi by using my knowledge of semicircles equaling up to 180. Once you find those pieces of the pies, these numbers are pretty simple whether you're adding or subtracting them together. If you have any questions on 3 or 4, let me know. But I'm going to jump down to some algebra and try 5, 6, and 7. So looking at this, I know this equation and I know this angle degree. So if I add those two together, I get a semicircle, which is 180. So my equation would be 5x minus 26 plus 26 equals 180 for that semicircle. I'm going to start off by combining like terms. Thankfully, a negative 26 and a positive 26 cancel out to a 0. So that would be 15x equals 180. Divide by 15. And your x is going to be 12. Okay? It wanted me to just find x so I can stop. If it wanted me to substitute the value of rs, I would plug in 12, but I'm good. Okay, 6 is a little bit trickier. To solve for x, you can either use your knowledge of this semicircle, or you can use your knowledge of this semicircle. But ultimately, I'm going to use another semicircle to figure out this missing piece or this missing piece. So I'm going to first start off with 103. I have a semicircle here. So if the right side's 103, let's take it away from 180. $77. Okay, so I know each of these pieces of the pie are going to be 77. So now I'm going to use my knowledge of this semicircle, for example, to solve for x. So I'm going to start off with 15 plus 18x minus 2 plus 77 equals 180. Okay, combine like terms, 15, negative 2, and 77 are all numbers. So that's going to give you 90. So 18x plus 90 equals 180. Subtract 90 from both sides. You'll end up getting 18x equals 90. Divide by 18. And you end up getting x equals 5. So you do have to use your knowledge of semicircles to really help you figure out that problem. All right. One last problem. I've got vertical angles here, so I know that this arc is going to be congruent to that arc. So I'm going to set them equal. And solve variables on both sides. So let's see, let me subtract 8x, move it over here. 12 equals 2x plus 22. That's a minus actually. Get a plus 22 to both sides. 34 is going to equal 2x. When you divide by 2, you should get 17. All right, so now if I'm trying to find the measures, AD, I'm going to substitute in 17 into your equation. So 8 times 17 plus 12. When you substitute in, you're going to get 148. The next one ultimately wants you to find CD, which is this minor arc. And so you've got to use your knowledge of this as a semicircle. And we just found that this piece is 148. And we know semicircles are 180. So 180 minus 148, the minus, is going to give you 32. And so you know each piece of the circle now, that's going to be 32, that's going to be 32, and that's going to be 148. So we can use our final one. I'm about to run out of time, I'm so sorry. BDC. So BDC, where's BDC? So you go from B to D and then to C. So you've got a major arc. So you would add up 32, 32, and 148 for a total of 212 degrees. Okay. So once you know each part, you can add them in. I am out of time. So use the answer key to